What's up, guys? We are live. It's been a little while, so thank you all for joining. I'm just going to move this in a little bit closer, cut down the gain here so we don't get that fuzzy noise there, which is not a bad sound because it's an amp. So, man, good to see everybody on tonight. Let me see who we got on here. Let me take a inventory of people here. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Here, let me fix this real quick, guys. There we go. It's better. Yes. Elizabeth, what's up? I see Elizabeth on. Elizabeth is, that's Ken Candelas's other half there. And, guys, we're working on some awesome stuff. And I actually have an announcement to make a little later here. But I want to give you guys some tips tonight. Let me just see who is who's on real quick. See if there's any questions out there. Thank you all for joining. Real quick, smash the like button, please. What's that word I can't pronounce? Algorithm. Yeah, that thing on YouTube. When you like, it just helps that whole thing, which nobody really knows how that works. Just, yeah, do that. Thank you, guys. So, X Metal's on. Afflicted, Jim, Stacy, Fat Stacks. Awesome. Gifted Lemon. Elizabeth's on. Christopher Carroll. Man. Scott Enchanting. Daniel Time Prophet. Chris again. Misha. Ocean Bleed. What's up? Oh, man. We got the regulars so far. Ian, what's up? All right, this is good, man. We already got a question out there. Scott, let me see if I can answer this, dude. So you got a question on your first finger on your fretting hand. Tends to fly away when you get closer to the lower strings. That used to happen when I was in my early years. That used to kind of happen with my third finger a lot. It would just kind of fly off the fret or the string there. So that's an interesting question. You know, what I always say to that sort of thing is just make sure when you're practicing that you're you're having focused practice sessions. I think a lot of times those mishaps happen when we're just kind of noodling and jamming, and or maybe trying to learn a song. But I think when you're practicing, and this kind of goes back to Metal Riff Master, my course. Which, if you guys aren't in that, I want to give you the link real quick. I didn't copy this earlier ahead of time, so I apologize. But that's why your practice sessions really need to be focused on specific techniques, and I think that will kind of help you. On getting over those humps and overcoming some of those challenges. So I'm just going to put this out here, guys, because I know everyone's not in it yet. So those of you who are not, grab the course. It's out there. But yeah, that's the best advice I can give you. Spaceman, shitty guitars checking in to learn. Awesome. Time Prophet, comments help better than the like button, but the button does help. Yeah, hit the button, hit the button and leave comments. That's definitely helps. All that helps. Time Prophet has trouble making the F power chords sound as good as the A and the G power chords. Yeah, I think the F power chord, just because of the nature of where it's at on the fretboard, I think it's a proximity thing, if that makes sense. If you think about it, the F is the furthest chord that you can play. You might say, well, the E is, but the problem with that is the E was simple. It's only one fret that you have to get there, right? So the F, two fingers there, you're all the way down here. So I think mentally that's the furthest away. So that might be a mental block that you have because it's so far away seemingly. So just kind of simplify it in your mind if you can, and just practice that more. Just practice that chord more. Also, guys, that's actually. Time Prophet, that's actually a good thing to bring up. One of the things I notice in guitars, and we're going to get into songwriting here in a second, but I was just thinking about this the other day, is I tend to play this Ibanez more. You guys, maybe you can't tell so much, but look at the width of the fretboard. Look at the difference here. So this guitar, my right hand, and I hope this is showing up the right way when you guys see it, I think it is, but the Ibanez here, the width is slightly greater on the fretboard, right, on the fingerboard, than this LTD, okay, which I like. Now, here's the other difference, these two guitars, and I'm making a point here, by the way, that's coming. You'll see how much thinner the Ibanez is here, the one I'm shaking, shake it, than the LTD. It's a little bit thicker. Actually, on camera, it doesn't look that much different, but like I'm looking at it right now, it's a big difference. Now, you have to, on that note, no pun intended, you have to determine what type of guitar fits your hands the best, right? You have to determine so after years of playing this LTD and the Ibanez, and that may change over time, the Ibanez actually works better for me, as far as like hand comfort, because it's thinner, but the fretboard's just slightly wider. So that just, my hands, I guess, have got fatter over the years. Maybe that's the problem. But anyway, so you just have to kind of play around with that. So the guitar has a lot to do with those types of things. If you struggle with certain areas, it might not be so much you, the guitarist, as it is the guitar itself, the type of guitar. So that's why it's really important to, I know we order everything online these days, but it's important to go to a music shop and play as many as you can. Play different guitars, and just to see which ones kind of fit better. Acoustic, what's up, dude? Man, good to see all you guys on tonight. Chris is doing drop D and B. Oh, that's heavy, man. Tapping, X-Metal, tapping. Tapping's a funny thing. I like tapping. Let's see if I can turn this back on. I like a little delay, by the way, on my stuff. So a lot of times, and I'm not trying to show out or whatever, but what I do a lot of times is I won't just straight tap. A lot of times I won't do that part, but that's good to practice. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So if you're tapping, for example, one thing I can give you is, let's say you're on that E string. Very simple, right? So I'm tapping the 12th fret. My finger positions are on the 7th and the 10th fret. One thing that helps your tapping, this is like the one secret, I don't know if it's a secret, but I like to call it that because it sounds cool, is when you tap, you don't actually tap, you kind of pull your finger off, if that makes sense. Not your finger off, that would suck, but you pull your finger off, right? So instead of tapping, look at my finger, watch it. See how I kind of pull it off of that string like that. Now, what I was getting at, and sometimes I talk in circles, I apologize for that. It's the gift of gab, which is sometimes a curse. But what I was talking about before is rarely, that's a good way to practice. Like, practice that. Then practice on the B string. Now, this is going to be out of tune, but practice on the G as well. Okay, just practice all the way down. But what I like to do when I'm tapping, if I'm playing a solo, that's for practice. That's what you should practice, right? You can do that over and over because repetition is how we get better. But what I like to do though when I'm playing a solo is I like to mix things. So rarely will you hear me tap a lot in one like phrasing there. I'll mix it up when I'm picking, you know. So okay, so I like to mix things up in that regard when I'm tapping and not do the same technique over and over. But I'm getting way ahead of myself there. But as far as practice though, practice pulling, you know, or maybe it's not pulling, maybe it's pushing that finger off like that. That will help you. That was a very good question though, because I like to try to break down techniques, and actually you may have just inspired me to make a full video on that. So I may be doing that soon. I kind of want to Ibanez 7 string, and I've got my LTD is, or I'm sorry, my ESP. It's around there somewhere. I don't know, somewhere around here. Let's see. Misha, I've never really drop tuned any of my guitars. I've accidentally down tuned to E flat because I was putting new strings on one of my guitars, and the strings were slightly different from the ones I had before. So by default, it when I restrung it because of the Floyd or the tremolo, it just ended up in E flat. And I think I got a video out there. I'm just, you know, I don't know, man. I'm personally just not a fan of drop tuning or down tuning. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I think you should do it. But the thing about drop tuning for me is just I don't have a reason to, you know what I mean? I don't really, like, I'm going to play those same notes, whether it's drop tuned or up tuned or whatever tune. So it doesn't really, that was one of the reasons why I bought a 7-string guitar, so I didn't have to drop tune. So I had those lower notes kind of to fit some of the vocals that I was doing for the album Masterpiece that I put out in, 2019 now, which Elizabeth is on here. She did the artwork for that, guys. So if you, let me send that to you real quick. Yeah, here it is. So the album here, Masterpiece. Just click this link and look at the artwork. Elizabeth Deduce is on here. She did the artwork for that. So if you ever need artwork done, you want to check her out. She did an amazing job on that. But yeah, I've never really drop tuned. I have thought about drop tuning before. I've actually thought about drop tuning my 7-string to an A sharp because the strings would be a little looser for the 10s. But I'm kind of old school, man. I don't know. I just don't. And I've considered it. Like I said, I've considered drop tuning to E flat or D on my 6-string, but I don't know. I've got another project that I want to start at some point, which is going to be more of a melodic death metal project. So that, if I don't use my 7-string, I may indeed end up drop tuning for that. So Demo's been a drummer and starting to learn guitar. Awesome. That's good, man. Good stuff. Yeah, pulling the finger off on those are really good. Let's see if I'm missing stuff. Yeah, those lock nuts, man, down tuning. Yeah, I'll definitely do a tapping video. I'm glad you guys brought that up. Yeah, Demo's talking about Andy James. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Andy James stuff. I mean, I know there's a lot of good stuff out there as far as courses go. So, guys, what I wanted to share with you tonight is some songwriting stuff. But I'm going through questions. We might just stay on the questions here because you guys have some really good questions coming in. I don't want to miss any of those. Yeah, Chris, I'm standard tuning. I do like Jeff Loomis, but Jeff Loomis plays a seven string. I don't know if he drop tunes his seven string, but maybe he does. Of course, now Jeff Loomis plays with Arch Enemy. So Arch Enemy, I think they tune to C standard, or yeah, I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, James, the album art's cool, man. The album art's are really cool in that. But I would like I'm always gonna have some guitars, more than one guitar in standard tuning, because I write a lot of stuff in standard tuning. And no matter what anybody says, I know there's the case for bigger strings and all that stuff, but your guitar is just it's gonna sound tighter. Your riffs are gonna sound a little bit tighter on a standard tuning six string guitar than a down tune six string. And you can quote Dave Mustaine on that, and he's one of the kings of tight metal riffs. It's almost like the lower you go, the less riffs you can get in there. You know what I mean? Not that you can't do it, but there's a slight difference there in the tightness. Yeah, and that's Spaceman, simple riff classes, short vids, easy riffs. Metal Riff Master is a library of riffs there, so they're like a verse or chorus type thing. Will, that's a good question, dude. So you're touching on what I normally start with is some sort of riff or a rhythm. I'll like let's write something. Heck, let's just do it, man. Let's like write something right now. Seriously, let's do it. We cut this on. What do you guys want? What key do you want it in? Do you want me to start in the standard E minor, or do you want me to start in a different key? Let me know. I'm in standard tuning. Oh, Time Prophet. You don't like Alyssa's vocals, man? I love Alyssa. E minor. Okay, E minor. We'll go with E minor. Yeah, Jeff Loomis and Nevermore. Good stuff. All right, so okay, Time Prophet says F sharp. You know what? Let's do a riff in E minor. Let's do a riff in A minor. Let's do a riff in F sharp. Okay, we'll start with F sharp. All right, so let's break that down. Thank you guys, by the way. That was kind of cool. Yeah, we just made that up. All of us just made that up. I saw you throwing out some stuff there. So that's one thing I do. So like, you know, you hear somebody said it sounds like Crazy Train. That style has been used over and over, man, in like so many songs. But you know, it's instead of Crazy, I think Crazy Train's in like the B minor or something like that. But we played F sharp. Somebody mentioned, hey, let's start it in F sharp. So why can't we do that? So let's do it. And I like the F sharp. Technically, it's F sharp minor. Can't play a metal song in a major key. You can, but it's not going to sound as cool. It's going to sound too happy. Anyway, so we started in F sharp minor. And a lot of times, I like just playing power chords. They sound good, right? But I like to add some riffs in there as well. So that's, you know. So what I try to do when I'm writing riffs is I try to figure out, like what notes are in that chord. So we played F sharp minor. And I'm not going to dig into theory, but the notes that fit that chord, or yeah, that key rather. So I know I need to place any one of those notes in there. So now you'll notice when I'm playing a power chord, this is the beauty of power chords, and once you grasp this, you can write anything for days on end. So I don't play just the F sharp power chord, right? We add some variation to that, so we're on frets 2 and 4, right? Go to frets 2 and 5. That's where we did. And sometimes I'll pull them off and just bar those first two. So the point is you've got all, and I will get to your comments very shortly, guys. You've got all these capabilities in that one power chord. So we could take that F sharp minor, we could write a completely different song. Right, so completely different song. And yeah, I see Queen's right. Yeah, Time Prophet. Dun 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 off Operation Mindcrime. I'm trying to think of the name of that song, but I was just referencing Operation Mindcrime the other day. Love it, man. But so that's kind of what we do, and you can do that with any power chord, right? You take a C. Let's say we're in the key of E minor, right? C in that key of E minor. So instead of playing the regular power chord, play that next note instead of that fifth string on the D. I'm sorry, that fifth fret on the D string. Try the fourth fret. 5 4 0 2. Okay, so you've got it. So when I'm writing, I always think about that, not just the power chords. Sometimes I'll play power chords, right? But especially if I'm singing the vocals, I'll try to write the song to where I'm just playing power chords because it's easier for me to sing and play at the same time. Man, I wrote some songs on my latest album, Masterpiece, that I'm like, holy crap, I can't. I went back and tried to sing and play live later. I'm like, oh, this is hard. So anyway. But that's just something that you can think about, like as you're playing power chords. You know, you can think of different ways to play them. Talking about inversions. I mean, it's just, there's an inverted finger position. Like if you're playing an E, remember you've got all these other notes. And you've also got a note going up that way, which an inverted finger position is, your finger that you start the power chord with. That second finger is going to be above, so it's like an inverted. It's not like a true inversion, I guess, but it's, So something like that. But yeah, so all we did was we just took a regular power chord and just added some more notes to it. Found out what other notes would fit that, you know, and then from there we just kind of go to a different key. You notice in the song that we wrote, we changed keys, which was kind of cool, you know. So that's some things you can do to kind of spice up your songwriting. So let me try to catch up on comments, because while I was playing there, we probably had some good comments coming in. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, guys, we just made that up, man. That was just that was that. You know, that was just it. Yeah, you got some Priest in there. I saw that, a little bit of Priest. Craig on bass. Craig here. What's up, dude? Australia, man. Dude, what time is it in Australia? It's like morning time. You're probably eating some bacon and eggs right now. Yeah, and I hope what I've just played gives you some ideas. And I see some bands you guys are talking about now, what it sort of sounded like. But that's my own style, and that's just kind of what comes out, you know, when I'm doing that. Chris, yeah. So Superior Drummer, it's absolutely a great writing tool to, and it's something we talk about. So, okay, my announcement, guys. Let's just go ahead and get to that real quick. While we're talking about songwriting, I want to kind of go through that process with you, and I hope that helped. But while we're talking about songwriting, of course, I'm going to pour me a beer. I want to tell you what's coming out tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like tomorrow morning, which I know to some of you it's morning already, but I'm going to tell you what's coming out, what's going to be available. By the way, that's the beer I'm drinking, Stone IPA. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had that. Cheers, guys. So Time Prophet, that's a habit that a lot of us have. We come up with this awesome riff. Honestly, right now, what I just played, I will probably forget it, and I've probably already forgotten it. Actually, I'd already forgotten it when I started playing it. When I went back to certain parts, I started playing them differently, which is okay. But one thing you want to do, though, is capture that riff somehow. We've all got the capability to record on our phone, so if you're just jamming, man, I don't care if you're jamming on acoustic, you come up with something cool, dude, throw that phone up there. You know, a lot of times I'll have like my beer on the table, you know, and I'll place my phone on it so it's resting right there. I don't even have to have a stand just to shoot myself real quick, you know. That's just like a method if you're drinking beer on the patio or something. But yeah, you can do that. Just, dude, get it real quick and listen to it, and then play it over and over and over and over and over and over, so it gets ingrained in you. Because we learn by repetition, you know. We learn by repetition, and we tend to forget things. Our brain tends to filter out things that aren't relevant. And even though we think riffs are relevant because we're listening to music all the time and we're just jamming all the time, playing different stuff, riffs that we just kind of come up with on the fly, where our brain doesn't count that as relevant. So we have to make our brain count that as relevant by filming it, so we can watch it again, watch ourselves, watch our finger position, how we're doing that to capture that sound again. And then again, even though you just wrote it, play it over and over and over, and just keep doing that if it's something that you want to work with. But yeah, using a tool like Superior Drummer, Easy Drummer, I use both of those, and that's really good. That's really good to just practice to and write to. But yeah, so tomorrow morning, there's a new course that's coming out. It's called Metal Songwriters Forge. All right, we'll type it in here so you remember it. That will be released tomorrow, and that course, it will be out there tomorrow. What I'm going to do is, I think most of you are on my, if you're not on my email address, guys, just go to jasonstallworth.com, just type in my name and .com, and then you'll look under free stuff and sign up for the free guitar guide that I give, and that way you'll be on my email, because I send out an email to all my subscribers every single Friday. It's called Metal Guitar Friday. It says Metal Guitar Friday in the subject, and it'll have the date. I know some of you guys don't open those emails. Please open them, because that hurts my rate. So open that tomorrow. But and guys, let me just tell you, someone awesome. Well, all you guys are awesome, but the most amazing drummer that I've ever had the pleasure of working with is on here right now. It's Cameron Fleury. What's up, Cameron? Thanks for joining, dude. He just joined, so welcome, man. So, but guys, That course is going to be released tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will send that email out to you tomorrow. So that's a complete songwriting course catering to metal music, and it teaches go through things. I go through things from the perspective of real simplistic and in layman's terms, whereas Ken and I put this. Ken Candelas and I. He's not on tonight. He's actually teaching. He's my business partner and of course close friend. We put this course together for Metal Mastermind, our education platform. So that is going to come out tomorrow. But him and I put that together. I cover things from a very much showing you how to do things perspective, and he tackles the intense theory part of it. So you get the best of really every aspect of songwriting. So I don't even want to talk that much about it because it's an intense course. It will be at a special price for the first 30 days, just like Metal Riff Master was. So that's going to be there. But yeah, that is coming out tomorrow morning. I'll email you guys. I'll have it on the Metal Guitar Friday email. If you're also signed up with Metal Mastermind, you can sign up there if you go to metalmastermind.com. Sign up for that email too. I don't send you the same emails. That's a different platform, but I'll also be sending an email from that platform as well. I know some of you guys are signed up on both, so you'll get 2 emails, but hey, that's okay. 2's better than 1 anyway. But yeah, it's that's going to be a really cool course. So thank you, Onslaught. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, dude. And thank you guys for opening my emails. I do appreciate that. Like I said, that helps. It's just like giving likes on here, which thank you for all the likes. Oh man. So let's see here. I'm just catching up on some of the questions, guys. I'm scrolling back up for a second here. Yeah, Renaissance Man, dude, we got a new beer tonight. I love some brews, man. All right, so while we're talking about songs, you guys want to write another song? Tell me what key. We had F sharp minor, and then we went to an A minor. We had 2 parts to the song. So, what key do you guys want me to start this in? Let's write another song, man. My favorite metal amp's the one I'm playing through right now. This EVH 5153. I love it. B flat. Got it. I love that you picked a chord. By the way, guys, my Metal Riff Master course, not all of the riffs are in the same key. And I'm just sticking this out here, so forgive the constant marketing here, but not everybody has my course. If you don't have it, get it now. The price is going up next month because I'm adding some more stuff to it soon. So, but I teach in different keys. Not everything's in the same E minor. So B flat. Somebody else tell me a key you want me to go to after B flat, because I want to change keys in the song. We're gonna make this kind of thrashy. You can throw out any key you want. I don't care what it is, but we'll start in B flat. Okay, I've got B flat, E minor, and G. Let me see if I can throw all that in. Right? You got A sharp too. B flat. That was 3 keys, guys. Oh man, that was cool. I'm glad you guys pointed out some cool keys, man. That's awesome. I didn't do the A sharp. Sorry. So we did the B flat. We went to what did we go to after that? Did we go to an E minor? We went to a B flat, and then we did do the G sharp, a G sharp minor to be exact there. So man, that is cool. There we go. All right. So what we did was we B flat. Another chord in that key is the D minor. And remember, I used the tactics, the strategies that I just shared with you guys on, instead of, I broke up those power chords by not playing the same note on that second note of the power chord. So you got the root note, B flat, and then D. The second note of the power chord, we mix it up. Instead of this, we did same with the D, okay? Then it got really cool. We went from that really fast speed metal thrash to some classic heavy metal. That was it. See, I almost forgot what I played. All right, then at the end, we went to a G sharp minor, which was cool. And we just kind of made a little melody. So yeah, we just made that up, guys. Us together, we just made up a song in 3 different keys. That was pretty cool. But this is a type of stuff that the course that was going to be released tomorrow, Metal Songwriters Forge. This is the type of stuff that we're teaching. Of course, I'm going to be breaking stuff like this down a lot slower, and we show you how to form progressions and riffs and build upon that, right? And then, of course, Ken's going to tie in the theory side, which, strangely enough, I don't know theory that well at all. I never dug deep into that. So, fortunately, this is why Ken and I did the course together, because I can give you half of the stuff you need. He's going to give you more than the other half. So, it works out really, really good, man, thank you, Time Prophet. I love some Priest, man. Actually, Rob Halford, like, if I could sing like anybody, I'd choose Rob Halford, because I just love that dude as a person and everything. Pinch harmonics. Yeah, so I've had a couple questions on pinch harmonics. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. What I do is I'm making sure that I have my thumb and my pick kind of together. So my pick position really doesn't change a whole lot. I just slide my thumb a little bit closer to that edge when I'm playing a pinch harmonic. And now, I've got passive pickups, so I'm not going to have as much pitch harmonic come out. A lot of it has to do with your guitar, your amp, where you're playing them at. But, a lot of times I'll go into a riff. Instead of just trying to do a pitch harmonic, I'll go into a riff and play it. So again, they're not coming out as bright as I'd like them to. More gain on the amp kind of helps with that too sometimes. So, and of course the type of guitar. But yeah, it's just really a pick technique, and it's just something that you have to. Again, it's just something you have to work at. I one of the things that I do is I don't try to overuse, or try not to rather, to overuse any one tactic. You know, you see a lot of guys play sweep arpeggios up and down the neck. I don't care for doing that. Instead, I'll do something like this. You know, I'll add a little flavor to it. Something like that. I'm kind of screwing up here, but I don't. I'm trying to demonstrate. I don't really like to do a certain technique over and over. I know a lot of there are a lot of metal songs out there. It's not saying anything against it, but they'll just use pitch harmonics all the time, and it's like, okay, we heard it, we get it, sounds cool, but it kind of loses its impact, if you will. Renaissance Man, dude, I have a whole tab book. I have a whole tab book right here, dude, of 70 riffs in my. I don't know if you're in the course, but I have the entire tab book for the riffs that I put in the course here in Metal Riff Master. So right now there's 70 lessons. I'm about to add 10 more. I'm gonna be working on those next week. I just drew out the format for it today. So I'm going to be putting some more in there, which everyone who has Metal Riff Master already, you'll get the update free. You won't pay any extra for that. That's just how that works, you know. I'm not a big fan of like subscription services. That's why I was going to do a subscription service for Metal Riff Master. I may do one at some point on another platform, but Metal Riff Master, once you buy the course, you have it. It's it's yours. So it's like we have enough subscriptions already. YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, like, geez, come on. Yeah, it's pinch harmonics. I think when people record albums, uh, when you're recording albums, I think the people will really spice up that part of the pitch harmonic in the record, which is why when you hear a lot of bands live, they don't always nail the pinch harmonic every time because But when you're, of course, in your studio, you can record stuff over and over and enhance that little part. Zach Wild's a perfect example of pinch harmonics. I mean, you know. Renaissance Man. Oh man, yeah. Thank you guys. This is a lot of fun, man. I love doing stuff like this. Just kind of hanging out, having a brew, and hanging out with you guys. Yeah, good point, Renaissance Man. You don't need sweet picking to create music. It doesn't, it doesn't really. Sweet picking's not my greatest strength. I'll admit that. And it's because I don't work on it as much. I mean, if you understand, guys, that if you work on anything, if you sit down and focus on one thing, then you will get really good at it, really fast, if that's what you want to focus on. Again, and I don't mean to beat you guys up with Metal Riff Master course, but that's why I designed the course the way it is. In modules 1 and 2, you focus on downstrokes and palm muting, and you get into some single note riffs, but that's the focus, right? When you get into module 3, you switch over to alternate picking, because now I want you to focus on alternate picking. When you get into module 4, you go through what's called transition riffs, these really short riffs that tie in pieces of music, like between the verse and chorus bridge, and so forth, right? So that's the focus. 5 is different, 6 is different, and yada, yada, yada. So that's just, that's just how the Metal Riff Master course is structured. But the point I'm making is you can become great at whatever you want to become great at if you practice it, and if you focus on that. You have to be really focused on it. This is why this is why some guitar players become great at. There's some guitar players, if you scroll through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, And you'll see some guitar players that are awesome at sweep picking, but the caveat to that, kind of the downfall, is that's all they do. It's like every video is like, it's like they're doing the same thing over and over again. They're playing different patterns, but it just all sounds the same but they have chosen to focus on that technique and get really good at it. Problem is they obviously they're not focusing on much of anything else. So, but anyway, if you want to get good at something, I remember trying to learn Slash's "Sweet Child of Mine" riff. Man, that was tough, and it's still I probably couldn't play it right now because I haven't practiced it in a long time. You know, Slash is really good at it because he wrote it and he practices it all the time. So but yeah, you can become good at whatever. There's a question on lyrics here. So the lyric writing, we go pretty deep into lyrics in the course that we're releasing tomorrow, Metal Songwriters Forge. Again, you guys will get an email when you get your Friday Metal Guitar email, Metal Guitar Friday email. It will be there. If you're not on my email, just go to jasonstallworth.com. Look at my name.com and there's a menu item that says free. Just click on the free guitar guide, sign up. You'll get my email tomorrow. So make sure you do that. But yeah, you can get really good at sweep picking if you want. Onslaught, is it wrong you don't drink? But brother, that's to each their own, man. If you like weed, that's your thing. That's your thing, man. There's no wrong or right in my mind, man. And that when it comes to that kind of stuff, everybody has their own convictions and what works for them. Painkiller was awesome. Liam, I don't have any new riffs in the Metal Riff Master quite yet. I'm going to be adding a new module to the course next. Will probably be in a couple weeks. It's like I hire out the tabs, somebody to do the professional tabs for me. Jack, I'm not really listening to much Machine Head, dude. I can't even name an album, to be honest with you, dude. Sorry. Iron Man, that was the first song I learned, dude. I remember that. Cameron, is it essential to learn music theory for metal guitar? No, it's absolutely not. I have never studied in-depth music theory. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I think it's a good thing. I just think that different learning methods work for different people. I'm not much of a textbook guy. I'm more of like a hands-on type person. My good friend and business partner, Ken, he's very much a theory person. He knows how to apply theory. So, of course, that's why we work so well together, especially for the songwriting course. But for guitar, no, I mean, I encourage you to learn it. I mean, but you're going to learn some theory by default just by playing. When you learn a G chord, well, that's theory that those notes make up a G. I mean, who named it G? Where did that come from? It's part of music theory. So by default, you're going to learn some music theory. But is it necessary or even essential for playing metal guitar? I've gotten as far as I've gotten without it, and I don't have any regrets about not digging deep into it. Doesn't mean I might. It doesn't mean I won't at some point. Who knows? Iron Man. Yeah, Malmsteen kind of took over the sweep picking era. But again, and I love Malmsteen. I will never put him down. I couldn't. I mean, he blows me away, right? But there's that thing again to where that's kind of his thing. He doesn't really go outside of that too much. I mean, I know he does some other stuff, but that's Whereas this is why when it comes to like solo guitar music, Satriani's about the only guitarist that's a solo guitarist that I can listen to, as far as instrumentals, because he knows how to truly replace the need for vocals with his guitar. He's not trying to show out all the time. He can do the stuff, but he's more about the melodies and letting that guitar tell a story rather than look what I can do. Nothing wrong with either side. It's just my preference. I love Sabaton. Somebody mentioned Sabaton here. Yeah, I do love Sabaton. Yeah, theory can help you. I'm not against learning theory. I just don't. I just like again. Do you have to learn it? No. Haven't heard the new Maiden album yet. I need to listen to that. Yeah, Michelangelo, Bascio. And he's great at he's got a well. I mean, he likes to shred. He's a shredder, but he's great at pretty much everything, man. That dude's awesome. Yeah, Vi and Satch just I don't know. Cool. Did I miss anything else, guys? But yeah, tomorrow, guys, 8 a.m. My time, which I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so 8 a.m. on Friday morning Eastern Standard. Um, the course will be released. I usually send my Metal Guitar Friday email to you guys between like 9 and 10 o'clock. I'll probably send a little earlier than that. And of course, if you're signed up on Metal Riff Master, I'm sorry, metalmastermind.com. We got a lot of metal here. Then of course you'll get an email on that as well. Most of you who have bought Metal Riff Master, you're part of that email list as well. So some of you will get 2 emails tomorrow from both myself and Metal Mastermind. So just know that that's coming. Don't unsubscribe. I know you guys won't do that anyway. Woody, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. And Woody, dude, I want to thank you again. I want to just call you out and thank you again for, excuse me, for the kind testimonial and review of Metal Riff Master to put on the page. I really appreciate that, dude. You've sent me an awesome pic of you with your guitar and all that. So, by the way, if you would like to give a review, a testimonial of Metal Riff Master, the link to the course is here if you haven't gotten in that yet. But those of you who have already taken it or gone through it, if you'd like to send me like a picture of you with your guitar and just a short review of how the course has helped you, I'd massively appreciate that. You can find my contact on my website at jasonstallworth.com. I would greatly appreciate that. Just shoot that over to me and just let me know, hey, just this is okay to use on your site. So that'd be really cool, man. I really appreciate that because that helps. This is how I make my living now, guys. So it really helps when I have the testimonials out there. And another very special, I won't call him an old friend because that'd be calling him old. But me and Tom, well, dude, I've always called your name Molasses, but it's Molasses 7 there. His name is Tom, by the way. We go way back, man. Like, God, it's been like 25 or so years ago. We played in bands back in the day, and so Tom, thanks for showing up, dude. But yeah, we go way back, man. We were in a band called The Guys back in the day, and I still beat myself up, man, because I could have made that band a lot more than what it was. But we had some fun times. We played some cool shows. We played Springfest 1999. That was a pretty big show that we played. Played a couple decent stages. We didn't play a lot of shows, but the ones we played, it wasn't like we're in a dive bar. We're actually playing like, at some festivals and stuff. So it's really, really cool, man. Really cool. Yeah, we had some good times, Tommy. Yeah, Renaissance, get paid, man. Get paid and grab the course, dude. It's, chug some beer, bro. Oh, True Death, I'm too old to chug, man. I've been sipping on the same beer for 45 minutes now. I can go through about 2 beers an hour, man, and that's pretty much, I'm kind of topped out at that. That's just old age, dude. Somebody was asking about the best amp. True Death, you're asking about a noise gate. I'm sorry I didn't answer you before. I think you asked that twice. But yeah, I do, and I can't pick it up, but I've got a MXR Smart Gate. Yeah, you need a noise gate with the amp. You definitely need a noise gate with this thing. But it's an awesome amp. Uh-oh. But yeah, man, I've got some good memories of Tom and I being in the band. Maybe Tom, maybe next Thursday on my Instagram, dude, I'll do a throwback Thursday with a picture. I think I got a picture of you and I. We should have took more pictures back then. Back in those days, we didn't have cell phones to take, or did we have cell phones back then? I don't think we had the cameras on the cell phones. Different times, man. Nothing wrong with some good old single malt whiskey, dude. Favorite place to eat in Tampa? My absolute favorite place to eat in Tampa. Well, I've got several of them, but I'm a big fan of this place called Sally O'Neill's Pizza in South Tampa. It's on Howard. It's an awesome place. They have some good IPAs on tap there, and just their pizza is, man, we may just have to go there this weekend. We'll see. Actually, I'm playing a live gig, guys. I'll try to capture some footage. I'm playing an acoustic set at a winery this Saturday. And of course, my wife plays with me too. She sings some songs with me as well. So we're doing that this Saturday from 1 to 4. That's going to be fun. I do a lot of 80s covers. It's a completely different side of me musically. I just play 80s covers on acoustic. I do an acoustic version of Iron Maiden, Wasted Years, because it's a cool song. Onslaught, can't wait for the day when metal is where rap is now. Dude, I don't even know where rap is now. I have no clue. Metal, metal still rules now. I would say it doesn't rule so much in the U.S. I'd say if you're in, and I don't know where you are, Onslaught, I'm assuming you're in the U.S., but if you're in Europe, metal rules. If you're in Germany, metal extremely rules. My friends from the band Siren, and you guys saw a couple interviews from those guys. I had Doug Lee on here a couple weeks ago. I'm going to have him again soon. The lead singer for the 80s metal band Siren. They held a German fan base for 30 years of being inactive. They still had a fan base, and I actually went to play at the Keep It True festival a couple years ago. So yeah, I mean that's just it's amazing. But yeah, metal is still very much alive and well in other parts of the world. In the U.S., maybe I'm going to sound like an old man, but I think the music scene, like the modern music, just sucks in the U.S. Unless you're in some of the independent stuff I've heard. There's a couple good bands out there that I've heard, but I mean, as far as like, I don't know. Yeah, it's different. I mean, I still listen to a lot of classic heavy metal and thrash metal, but in Europe, though, a lot of the European countries, metal is very much alive there. So don't lose heart. We're just in the wrong place for it. Yeah, the noise gates. You gotta have the noise gates. I had a question and my screen just refreshed. I wanted to answer this. Let me see. Yeah, metal is big in Asia too, especially Japan, dude. Japan. Marty Friedman's over there. Yeah, I heard a lot of strippers live in Tampa. Dude, I think a lot of strippers live everywhere, man. Um, Seth, should I go through all your videos first before I buy the Riff Master course? I mean, you can, but dude, I've got a lot of videos, like 400, man. You're going to be going through the videos for years. I mean, I don't want to pressure you to buy Metal Riff Master now, but again, I will be raising the price up some because I'm about to add more content to it. Usually when a course comes out, no content's ever added to it. Like if you go buy somebody's course, they're never going to add anything to it. I've been adding to my course since I released it. So I'm about to add another series of modules over the next several months here. But I will be ready. So, I mean, you know, it's up to you, man. I mean, if you can go through all my videos first if you want. Like if you go to the playlists, like the rhythm playlist, go through those. Especially the 30 Days of Metal playlist. That's on my homepage of my YouTube channel, by the way. So if you want to go through that first, by all means do that. No, I have not upgraded my studio to include a bar fridge, dude. I wish I had room for that. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of rap. I was kind of in the 80s when they had like the DJ Jazzy Jeff and Tone Loc and those guys, but it was more of like, okay, this is funny. It wasn't like I was listening to it to be serious. But that's just preference. Yeah, I love the Eagle amps. The German Eagle amps are cool. I've got a lot of comments, guys. I'm just catching up. Renaissance Man, I do not use a compressor in my signal chain anywhere. I don't feel the need to use a compressor. I mean, on my amp. I do use a compressor plug-in on my guitar tracks because the recorded signal that goes into your recording studio, that's where you want to even things out so that it sounds better in the mix because you've got a lot of competing frequencies and such. But playing live, I've played this. I don't use a compressor, and there's no need. Some people like it, but I just don't. To me, less is more. I'm like Leonard Skinner. I'm a simple man. I don't like to have a bunch of stuff. Noise Gates. Yeah, that'd be a good rap man, Tom. Noise Gates. Is that an actual band? Chris, nothing wrong with the blues, man. Play some blues, dude. You gotta play what you love. You know, everybody has their own twist to stuff. You know. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, buy the course. I gotta get paid, guys. I got mortgage to pay this month. Jack, no, I don't really do private lessons, man. I used to do lessons at a guitar shop, but I don't have the bandwidth for it, dude. I don't have the time, you know. I really don't, to do private lessons. I thought about doing some kind of group lesson where I might come on live and do a group lesson like once a month or something like that. It's just I work for myself, so I can't really afford to give lessons, to be honest with you. Just, you know, I hate to say that, but um, I'm so busy with other initiatives that I have going on, not just with the YouTube channel, but with course creation, writing my own albums and marketing and just everything that comes with running your business, man. There's a lot of stuff that I do, blogging, accounting. It's like, yeah, I do it all, man. So any time that I get outside of my work, I'm watching Netflix with my wife, or we're going out to eat or something, you know. Yeah, Greg, get back to the course, brother. Thank you for grabbing it, man. Thank you, dude. Okay, Tommy, that was a joke. Ocean Bleed, yes, dude, man, my album, guys, and I'm sorry, I've been working on this album for like a year now. Overcometh, I've been talking about it for that long. The drum tracks are recorded. Cameron Fleury, who was on earlier here, he actually recorded the drums for that album. He was the same drummer that recorded the drums for my Masterpiece album, which he did awesome for that album. But this next album that I'm gonna release will be released before the end of this year. Dude, his drumming just like blows anything I've ever heard out of the water. So I attribute his drums to the success of Masterpiece, and then, you know, in this album that's going to be up and coming, because it just changed everything, man. So I'm real excited to get back to recording it. We just finished this Metal Songwriters Forge course that's released tomorrow, and I'm going to be making some updates next week to Metal Riff Master. So I think after that, I'm going to get back in September. I'm going to make a schedule to finish my album the month of September and hopefully get it out by, like, I don't know, October, November, something like that. So I'm working on it, man. And I had a setback. You guys know I had some nerve damage back here back in May, and I still only have I'm about 40% pushing strength in this side of my body. I can play guitar just fine now, but for a while, man, it was just painful to sit here. So that really set me back for about almost 3 months, man. So that kind of, I probably would have had the album finished, because I got to go back and re-record the guitar tracks. I'll be using a real amp for that. This album's being recorded the old school way. Real drummer, which Masterpiece had a real drummer, but I'm not using plugins or anything for this album. I'm recording this thing with a real amp. So there's going to be a lot of, this album's not going to sound like everything else that's out there. Not that everything's bad, but it's just going to sound different. I'm going back to some old school methods. Yeah, definitely use your pinky, man. Yeah, the course right now is a discount, guys. I still have it at a discount. Technically, it'll still be at a discount when I raise the price. I keep adding stuff to it, so that increases the value of the course. But it's still it's always going to be reasonably priced. It's not going to be like, I mean, the amount that you pay for my course is less than probably what we all spend on something real stupid each month, you know. And then the course you have for life. It's not like one of those subscription things where you keep paying for it, you know. Think of the money you spent on Netflix this past year. Way more than what you would spend on my course. And yeah, Netflix is great. I love it. But I mean, you probably don't even remember anything you watched over the past 6 months. So where's this course? You're actually learning stuff from it. So I mean, just to put things in perspective, you know what I mean? But go through the course slowly. When you go through my course, and for those just coming on, I just put the link out there. When you go through the course, don't speed through it. Don't. Sometimes it's like reading a book. When you just want to get through it, it's like, okay, I read the book, so I can check the box. Guys, this course, like a book, you can just keep going back to it because you always own it. You can keep going back to it at any time, and I encourage that. Oh, that's right, man. Dogzilla Monster. Yeah, I remember reviewing the RG. I love the. Actually, this guitar here came from Tom. I don't know if Melissa's is still on, but this came from Tom, one of my closest and best friends. But he sold this guitar to me for dirt cheap, like $250, kind of in a time where I didn't have a guitar, so and then everything kind of went from there. Onslaught, love some old school Overkill, dude. Randy, yeah, I thought about doing a $9.99 a month version with a 12-month minimum. As Metal Mastermind grows, the platform that I hope that I house my course on, and Metal Songwriters Forge, somewhere down the road we might do some kind of subscription as we build our library of courses. But before I charge anybody monthly, if I charged anything for monthly, it would be more so like hey, you're just donating to me and thank you. So that kind of thing. I had a Patreon account at one time and I shut it down because I couldn't keep up with the content that I needed to add, and I didn't feel right about people spending money on it if I wasn't cranking out new stuff. So, but I'm kind of thinking of some different things because yeah, again, I do this for a living now, so it's we got to be creative. Cobra Kai, yeah, Cobra Kai is cool, man. Love it, dude. Benny brought up a good point, and Tom, if you're still on, you remember us having this conversation. I was trying to play along with Nightwish the other day. I had a hard time keeping up. I was playing along with Sonata Arctica just fine, even though they're down tuned to E flat. I was still able to just play what the notes I needed to, and they've got some cool riffs. But man, when you listen to Nightwish as a guitarist, you're like, okay, well that doesn't sound complicated until you actually start trying to play the stuff. The dude is playing chords all over the places. They're constantly changing keys. They're constantly throwing in thirds and fifths and chords that don't technically belong. And so all this stuff there, the music is very complex. I couldn't keep up. I was trying to play along with Story Time. I was trying to play along with I Want My Tears Back, several other songs. And so Benny, I don't know that I have advice for you, man. I think that Nightwish, you would just have to really like sit down and dissect the song into small pieces. Okay, this is the intro. I'm just going to focus on the intro until I nail it. Not moving on until I get this intro. Okay, now let's move on to the chorus, right? I'm going to play the chorus until I nail it. I might have to play it 30 times. It might take me 4 days to learn it, but I'm going to play it until I nail it. Move on to the courses. So that's how you learn when you, as you're trying to learn something. That's how you digest things, like little by little. Like think about it. You go to sit down at a buffet, and yeah, we're gonna eat some food, but your body's not gonna use all that food like it should, right? And that's kind of gonna cloud your mind. Same way with trying to just learn. Okay, well, I'm just trying to learn the song, but I'm trying to learn the whole song. You've got to cut it up into little pieces, right? So hopefully that helps. But yeah. I've got a newfound respect for Impu, man, after trying to play that. I'm like, dude, it's crazy. Tommy's Guitar Shop. Tommy should open a guitar shop. You should open one up there in Ohio, dude. Time Prophet. I've only met a couple famous guitarists. I've met Dave Ellefson, which I know we can't talk about him anymore. Poor guy. I mean, he made a stupid decision, but whatever. I'm not getting into that. But hey, man, when you're a 50-year-old dude, you just can't go around doing stupid stuff. You got to just grow out of that when you're like 25, not 50, right? But anyway, that's not my place to judge him or whatever. But I have met him before. He actually signed my book, Life After Death. I met him at Replay Guitar Exchange, and I had the pleasure of meeting Chris Broderick. I know Chris Broderick is not like a super famous dude, but in my eyes, he is. I mean, he played with Nevermore. He played some with Nevermore, with Jag Panzer, Megadeth for 6 years, and then of course, now he was in Active Defiance, his own band that he started with Drover, the drummer for Megadeth. But then I think he's been playing with In Flames a little. I don't know. I keep seeing pictures, so I don't know. But anyway, that's about the extent of famous musicians I've met. Mark, dude, I love Floor Jansen too. I'm if you told me that if you told me that I could only listen to one band for the rest of my life and that was it very well, that'd be a sad wish, but it very well might be Nightwish. It very well might be Nightwish. I love Nightwish. There's something about their music and just the atmosphere that they bring. Anytime they come near this place live, I'm there, and I have been there for the past like 6 years. They've come here, seemed like 3 or 4 times. Actually, my wife's, that was her first metal concert. I took her to see Nightwish. They played in St. Pete. We got like this. We went all out that night and just got this suite, to see him up top. It was so awesome. I love Floor Jansen. I love Nightwish. I I wish that Marco was staying with the band because I just like I don't know, man. That's a tough one, but hey, man, they're still going to carry on. Yeah, Jack, I've heard of Steel Panther, dude. I haven't really listened to a lot of Steel Panther, so I can't really, you know. That would have been cool to see a Jag Panzer concert, man. Wow. And you helped him carry his stuff. Nice. Dogzilla, classic metal chords, or I say classic heavy metal, really just kind of, if you listen to anything from like Judas Priest to Maiden to early Metallica, Megadeth, kind of in that realm of things is what I consider like classic heavy metal, and then kind of merging into the thrash metal. Uh, that's kind of what Metal Riff Master is all about. And I just changed up the sales page that I had for it to kind of highlight that because I didn't really highlight that before. And a lot of people would go into the chorus like, well, I wanted to play Kill Switch Engage and all that stuff. And what people don't understand, and you guys understand it, and if you don't, I'm about to help you. What a lot of people don't get is that all these other subgenres of metal, they all tie back to the origin of metal, which is your classic heavy metal and your classic thrash metal stuff. So that's why I created the course to be focused around that. Because if you learn those styles and learn them really well, you will be able to play any and every subgenre of metal, because all subgenres of metal to some degree revert back to those core methods of classic heavy metal and thrash metal. So I kind of reworded my sales page, and I'm kind of talking marketing to you guys now, but I like to be very transparent with people, and give people what they want, or at least let people know this is what you're getting. So that's why I did that. But yeah, so I go back to that because we're going over riffs that go back to like palm muting, to alternate picking, to the galloping, to downstrokes, all this stuff. Every subgenre of metal ties back to that to some extent, right? So that's why I wanted to kind of gear it towards that. Richard Pratt, that's Richard. That's a good lesson, dude. Right and left hand synchronization. That's a very good lesson, man. I've got to wrap my head around that one. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. That's a very good. It's a very good idea, man. So let me wrap. I've got it lodged up here. I'm not going to forget that one, man. So let me wrap my head around how I can present that. I may actually add something like that to the course too. I'm not supposed to add stuff to my course after I release it, but I keep giving you guys stuff even after you buy stuff from me. I keep adding to it and giving you guys stuff. It's just who I am. Oh man, I loved hanging out with Phil Collins, Def Leppard. I love Def Leppard, man. I'm a Def Leppard fan, big time fan. Jordan's here. What's up, dude? Goripi. I do like Lacuna Coil. I do like some of their stuff. Not all their stuff, some of their stuff. They've got a really cool, like dark undertone, But that's one of those European metal bands I just like. I like some Cradle of Filth too, man. There's just some cool bands that come from that side of the world, man. I'm huge Nightwish, Sonata Arctica, Delane, Evergrey. A lot of bands in that arena. JNJSW's here. What's up, dude? Yeah, a lot of metal goes back to blues, I guess, when it comes to lead guitar playing. I don't know about so much about the rhythms. I think the rhythms for metal, though, just kind of like took a like that was like just created. You know what I mean? When you started listening to Sabbath, the way the power chords were played and stuff like that. But I think I think from the lead perspective, things kind of go back. We are sharing riffs, White Bread. What's up, dude? We are definitely indeed sharing riffs, man. Yeah, he's gonna be missed. I've heard Theocracy, dude. Jordan, I've heard Theocracy. Good band. And Tom on here, Melosis. He's on here. He knows Theocracy. I like some Striper too, man. I stay. I don't know Michael Sweet, but I keep up with his Instagram and Facebook posts. He's just a very positive dude. Yeah, Evergray's awesome. Evergray Tom England's is great. I haven't checked out Cryptid Death, Craig. I'll have to check them out, dude. No, Striper hasn't given up on Christianity. I mean, they're still Christians. You know, I think their music has just answering your question. I think their music has shifted over time. There was one time where I think Michael Sweet walked away from the band for a little bit and they kind of went their separate ways for a little while because you know he had said this in a post recently that he didn't like the direction the band was going. So he walked away for the sake of his family and just to kind of, you know, sometimes you got to step away from things and just regain your focus, whether you're Christian or not. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to step back and kind of be in a meditative state and think about, all right, what am I doing and why am I doing this? What's the goal? Sometimes we get cloudy. We all do. And again, you know, whether you're Christian or not, but I know Michael stepped away from the band for a little bit and ended up going back to it. Awesome Carcass. So, dude, Carcass, I am supposed to be doing. I am supposed to be doing a collaboration with one of their guitar players or ex guitar players, Ben. I can't remember Ben's last name, but I need to get back to him. I've been so busy, man. I've been so busy lately, guys. We're working on this course, Metal Songwriters Forge, the course that's coming out tomorrow. Which again, you'll get the email. If you're not on my email, just go to my website, jasonstallworth.com, and look under free stuff, get the free guide, and blah blah blah. That puts you on my email. So do that. But I like some Carcass. Yeah, White Bread is so Christian rock was and White Bread. I don't know how you may be a younger dude. But Christian metal and Christian rock was really big in the '80s, man, really big, and even in the '70s too. You know, and it was a cool thing. I think where some of the bands went wrong is they tried to sound like other bands because they were trying to give people an alternative, right, from a lyrical standpoint. And I think sometimes that kind of came off as cheesy. Striper, on the other hand, did not sound like any other band. Striper sounded like Striper. There was nobody that sounded like them. No one can sing like Michael Sweet, in my opinion. Nobody. You know, he's an elite, and he plays guitar really well too. But yeah, I mean, even my lyrics, man. Some of my lyrics in Masterpiece could be perceived as Christian. They're not necessarily Christian, but the underlying theme could very well align with that, with something that's because it's positive. Live and Sacrifice is awesome. Yeah, there was a Christian death metal band called Mortification. I saw them live in like '94, '95 or something like that, and they actually looking back, if you look up Mortification, Scrolls of the Megaloth, that album, I mean, man, it like quality and everything is just right up there, just premium. Because that was another thing that people had with Christian bands was like, well, they weren't as good to make it as a regular band, so they had to be a Christian band to make it, which wasn't true. It was a lot harder to make it as a Christian band because you knew you weren't going to get the publicity. It would have been much easier for a band to just go the regular way instead of trying to be a Christian band because you knew that there was no money in being a Christian band. Those guys didn't get paid. But anyway. Yeah, a lot of bands, you know, a lot of bands will have different beliefs and I guess the coolest thing in the world is when you can respect someone that believes something different than you. And we're not really in a good place right now in the world in regards to that, but it's one of the reasons why my wife and I have been together so long, 13 years now. We just celebrated our 13th year together. You know, so it's like we respect one another, right? So I mean, when you lose respect for somebody, and the biggest way to do that, and I've talked about this in a past video, the number one thing that you want to have is called empathy. And in layman's terms, that's just having a genuine desire to understand where the other person's coming from. If you don't have that genuine desire to understand where the other person's coming from, and it's just all about you and your views, you know, nobody wins, right? But when you listen to someone with empathy, when you try to have a deep understanding, you may not agree with them, and that's okay. But, you know, they may open up and in turn start having empathy for your views as well. And you learn to meet somewhere down. You learn that we're not really so different, even though we believe this or that or whatever, you know. Anyway, just kind of my little chit chat on that. Impending Doom. Jack, I've heard of Impending Doom, but I don't remember what they sound like. I had to go back and listen to them. Yeah, Craig, you work. I remember you saying that, dude. You work with Steve Rowe from Mortification. Are they still active, Craig? I don't know. I don't think they are. Yeah, Stryper was real big in the secular market too, man. They were listened to by a lot of people, dude. Black metal Christian. That's great. It's such an oxymoron. We're Christians, guys, but we're into black metal Christian. But hey, you know what? Everything has its place. It's the beauty of living in a diverse world. Everything has its place. Archie, dude, hey, you know what, man? My family is from Hull, England. I think it's Hull, which is, Hull, England is where the Stallworths originated from. I need to do that ancestry thing, that little swab or whatever, where you can find out your ancestry. You have to check that out. All right, guys, I got to run, but do you guys want to write one more song? Let's write a metal song before I have to go. All right? Give me 2 keys, 2 different keys, because I'm going to write this thing in 2 keys, maybe even 3. Make it interesting. Don't tell me E minor, okay? Because that's everybody plays metal in E minor. We're about to write a song together. Here you go. That's from In Living Color. You guys don't remember that, do you? Dogzilla, I didn't retire from a job, brother. I just up and quit my corporate job, man. I said, peace, I'm out. All right, so we got C sharp minor, or is that just C sharp? So we'll say C sharp minor and B flat. Okay. So we already started with, well, there is no B sharp, dude. That'd be a B flat or a B. All right. Key of death, like Kiss of Death talking. So G sharp, we've got that. We'll start with that. And we got a C sharp. Okay, so yeah, G sharp minor. So we'll start it in G sharp minor. How about that, guys? Start in G sharp minor. Ready? See how this old Ibanez sounds here, man. G sharp minor. We got that. And you want to go to a major key? I'll go to a major key after that. So we got C sharp minor. We got a B flat. I'm sorry, G sharp minor. We got C sharp. All right, let's just kick it off. No, all power chords are not minor. The key you're playing in will determine if it's really a minor or not. B sharp. All right, here we go, guys. We got F. We can play a major key at F and we play G sharp. All right, here we go. All right, guys. So we wrote another song. Man, dude, we should record some of this stuff, right? Actually, I like that G sharp. I'm glad you guys called that out, the G sharp minor, because that's so different from what most people are going to start out with playing metal. You know, we always gravitate towards that heaviest note possible, that lowest note rather possible. You know, low and heavy aren't the same, right? Heavy is heavy. Low was just a note. It's just a lower note. You can play a low note, doesn't necessarily mean it's heavy, and that's why I don't get so caught up on down tuning, right? People say, well, it's heavier because it's down tuned. No, not really. You can play something that's heavy that's in standard tuning or even in A, like an A minor key, you know, which is a lighter note, so to speak. So, yeah. Yeah, dude, my family is from Hull, England, Archie. So I've got to get out there. I'm definitely sure that there's probably a castle in my name left by my ancestors. There's probably not, but I still want to go visit Hull, England, and see, just to see over there. It's kind of embarrassing. Our family name was like Stalwart at first, like way back. It was probably like, you know, I don't know, maybe a century ago or something like that. Eon, I don't know, but. Anyway, so that's that. But we formed into Star Wars. I don't know the history. I really don't know my own history. So guys, yeah, I'd love to have a castle, dude. Castles would be cool. I do have to wrap up. It's 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be out of here by 7:30. I've actually got to work more tonight. I've got some more stuff I've got to do just to make sure this course is out. Last call for Metal Riff Master tonight. If you do not have the course, guys, I encourage you to get it now, because next month the price will be going, not substantially going up. So I mean, I don't want to cause. I'm not a big fan of scarcity, but it will increase a little bit because I'm adding more content to it. But yeah, grab that course if you haven't got it yet. And tomorrow, save your money for tomorrow as well. Buy my course tonight, but you're going to buy another course tomorrow. So you got to buy 2 courses this month, man. Just don't buy anything next month. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be the official release of Metal Songwriters Forge, the ultimate metal songwriting course. Ken and I, man, we worked relentless hours to make this course. Dude, it just... And we actually recorded a song, which the song that we record, I don't want to get too deep into this right now because I got to head out, but the song we recorded for the course that we're going to take you through, like all these lessons, but towards the end, we actually take you through a song and how we went about writing it and why we did certain things. The actual song will be released on all platforms next month, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, tomorrow morning. And again, if you're not signed up on my email, just go to jasonstalworth.com, look for free stuff, get the free guitar guide. That will put you on the email, which you'll get tomorrow, with a link to the course. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being part of my life, my channel, and my guitar community here. I really appreciate you guys. Can't tell you how much. And we will be chatting again very soon, okay, guys? Have an awesome night. We will be talking more soon. Keep it metal and stay safe out there. Good night, guys.